Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor of the Tenkar's Tavern blog and the Tenkar's Tavern.substack.com, where you can get weekly updates on what's going on in this channel, our sister channels of our various co hosts, friends of this channel. That's the one stop shopping. It's awesome, if I have to say it so myself. So, today is Turkey Day, right? Today is Thanksgiving. Normally, Thanksgiving, I would cater it from our local pub. Well, local pub is gone, so we had to find an alternate location to cater. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not cooking Thanksgiving turkey. I'm not. That ain't my shtick. So we went to another place, and it was a really good Thanksgiving dinner. I think it was very tasty. It was the turkey and the ham were already pre-cut. It was awesome. It was different. It was a bit more expensive. Wasn't getting the friends and family discount that I was getting at my old local pub, but I think in this case it probably was better. Wasn't maybe the same kind of love, but I think overall it was a better meal. So why is this important? Because this talk on N World, all places, I know, I shouldn't go there, but you know what? There's actually some good conversations going on there. And today I saw a conversation about whether or not pretty much one D&D and whether or not it constitutes a new edition. And listen, when it comes to editions, I don't know, has Castles and Crusades ever had a new edition? It's new printings. These new printings have added new classes, fixed typos, relayed things out, added new artwork, added new covers. To me, I think they're new editions, but I don't think they've ever called one a new edition. So, what is one D&D? Let's listen to the words that are up on D&D Beyond, which, by the way, is now Wizards of the Coast, or owned by. For nearly a decade, millions of players around the world have enjoyed Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. You've shared, by the way, they don't capitalize 5th edition, right? So what are they stressing here? They're stressing Dungeons & Dragons. They're not stressing the edition. Okay, just pointing it out. You've shared your adventures at the gaming table with us, as well as your feelings about what you love most about the game and what you think can be improved. And we've heard you. One D&D is the code name for the future of D&D and includes. Now, let's take this. How am I looking at this? From my point of view, they're not talking editions anymore, right? They're not talking, we're going to 3.0, we're going to 4.0, we're going to D&D next. This is one D&D. This is the be-all. This is evolutionary, meaning it will probably evolve and still say one D&D. Now, let's see what it includes. D&D rules. We're updating and expanding the rules of the game, and we're looking for your feedback to help shape them. All right, well, that's certainly not the same edition. Now, some people may say, well, then that might be like a 0.5 edition. From what I'm seeing, it's at least a 0.75. It's like if you went from D&D 3rd edition to Pathfinder directly with skipping 3.5. But let's continue. It's also D&D Beyond. The digital toolset joined the Wizards of the Coast family in 2022, and we want to make it even better. Even better, it's going to be integrated into your bundle sales if you buy your physical products or directly from Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro. You will get your digital products bundled. They're already doing that, right? You're getting your digital products 2 weeks prior to release. So you can be the first in your block to have the new content. Exciting stuff. But that doesn't really affect the edition, right? Okay. Digital D&D play experience announced during Wizards Presents D&D Digital is an immersive tabletop space that is in early development. Well, this is like a flashback to 4E, right? Why is this important? Because they believe this has nothing to do with what you or I believe is the future. They believe the future of gaming, tabletop gaming, is the virtual tabletop. Maybe it may not be, but they certainly see it as one of those three prongs that they're working on: rules, digital toolset, digital virtual experience. Okay. Now, let's look at the rest of their words. Again, everything is written for a reason. One D&D will take what we love from 5th edition and create an experience that is not only backwards compatible, okay, but you're going to take what we love from 5th edition. What we love, you're not taking all of 5th edition. You're taking what we love. And it isn't necessarily what you love. It's what the designers at Wizards of the Coast love. Because they're writing this. And I know it's written to make you think that you're being included in this discussion, but you're being included as a consumer. Remember that. One D&D will take what we love from 5th edition and create an experience that is not only backwards compatible, so it's got to be backwards compatible. Again, insinuating, if not flat out stating, it's a new edition. With the adventures and supplements you enjoy today, and they're not saying that it's forward compatible. You can play one D&D and use your old material, but they're not necessarily saying you can play 5e and use it with one D&D. Think about it. That's not what they're stating. It's backwards compatible. Forward compatibility, it is not. It's kind of like saying you got Microsoft Word and you need to open up, I don't know, a doc file as opposed to a docx. Well, I got a new version of Microsoft Word. It's backwards compatible. It will open up a docx file. I've got Microsoft Word from, I don't know, 95. It was on my Windows 95 computer, God help me. And look at that. It only has doc format. It can't read docx. That would be forward compatibility. You can still save stuff in doc format in your new stuff, but if you're saving it in docx, you can't open it up on some of the older, depending how far back we go. So keep that in mind. So you get to enjoy the supplements you enjoy today, but that will evolve the game for years to come, which means my reading of this, again, I could be wrong, will evolve the game for years to come, means that 5th edition, which is going to move on to be 1D&D, it's going to not be a static edition. This is going to be a digitally upgradable edition. You will be expected, not required, but the assumption will be that the vast majority of the player base will have D&D Beyond, and when they update a rule, they change a rule, they change lore, you will have the proper D&D Beyond update. And that's going to be the official rule. That's how I'm reading that. And the game will evolve. They're telling you you are not going to be your static physical copies. And by the way, don't. If you're looking at D&D rules, they don't even mention what format. They're not going to be dwelling much on the print format, in my opinion. But because your print format is static, you get your printed copy. They changed half the stuff. They can print out errata, surely. But at some point, the errata is going to be half the size of that book. I mean, Unearthed Arcana from my generation had so many fucking so much errata. It was basically a section of Dragon magazine to fix it. Now, let's move on. You'll see updates to just about every facet of the game. Updates to every facet of the game does not mean you're still playing 5e. You're playing a new edition. From player classes to backgrounds and even how we lay out books and present game information, let alone what that game information is. Our goal is to improve on everything that has made D&D the best tabletop role-playing game in the world. Not 5th edition D&D. D&D. Again, one D&D, in my humble opinion, this is my guesstimate, is meant to be a living edition moving forward, where you're not even supposed to realize that you went from one D&D to one D&D 1.243. It's gonna be like one of your computer programs to get automatically updated, or your phone. My iPhone's telling me that I think there's an update to new iOS tonight. Let me see. iOS 16.11 is available and be installed later tonight. Wow. It's a minimal update compared to 16, going from 15 to 16, and from going to 16 to 16.1. This is what's going to happen throughout one D&D. And then somebody's going to go, well, how do you know that? Because they just told you that. They just told you that. That's their words. It's not mine. Somebody might read it differently. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of reading what they are saying. Okay? This will be an addition of the D&D trademark, the D&D IP, that will constantly be updated. It's not going to be 5e. I'm going to admit that I was wrong. I'm not going to say the engine won't be 5e and strongly feel like 5e, but it's going to be different enough that this is a new edition. So, if you went from AD&D 1e to 2e, and that was a new edition, then this most certainly is going to be a new edition. Could I be wrong? Certainly. But probably not. Folks, happy Thanksgiving. Okay? I'm very thankful for the community I'm a part of, the friends and extended family I've made through gaming. I really can't say enough about that. And if one D&D brings more gamers into the fold, and those gamers, some of them find old school gaming, I think it's a win-win for everybody. Seriously. So, on that note, we are in the midst of the world of the, you guessed it, endemic. So use your common sense. Other than that, be safe, be well, God bless. Roll the dice, roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow. I don't know if there's a live stream tomorrow. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I know most of my co-hosts for the Random Generator Party are not available, so we shall see. All right. On that note, God bless you all.